Okay, now we're live. So, you guys did quite a lot of things last episode. So here is the densely packed and girthy recap for episode 13. Episode 13 recapping episode 12. Last session we met. The Ringbreakers had finally arrived at the mountainous city of Fury Keep. Upon their very arrival, they were accepted by the warm and magical embrace of the city as the crowds around them were funneled into small groups and then given a welcome to their home. I'm gonna switch this song real quick. Not that it's not a good song, but it's not quite
the wrong mood.
Not quite the vibe I'm after. That was one of your evolution songs. That's gonna distract me. Hopefully this one's good. Upon their very arrival, they were accepted by the warm and magical embrace of the city as the crowds around them were funneled into smaller groups and were then given a welcome to their home. With a stern warning about magic and weapons, the guard told everyone to be careful not to draw their attention too many times without risking investigation and confiscation. Once they entered the city, Sindri was stopped and asked a few questions about his traveling group, who were then told to wait within the city for 72 hours before talking to someone named Amaris. After an additional warning about only worshipping the approved faiths, and after the passing rumbling of the trains throughout the city, the Ringbreakers explored their vast new population, the snow-capped streets, the delicate mosaics, and more. Erevan led the team to a hidden and slightly charred shop ran by a halfling named Cade, who gave him 3 rounds of mystery ammo to try out before coming back to his home. Following this, the Breakers caught a conversation between 3 strangers: a holy man of the faith of Azuth, named Father Dakra, a scruffy hunter named Wasku, and a very well-dressed, wealthy individual who works for the state, named Den Skendleton. The team decided to help Den with finding the source of mysterious forces beneath the mountain that the mages warned the miners about, which... Oh, sorry, I lost my pace in that sentence. Goodness. The mages warned the miners about this, which resulted in the halting of the Travel Bureau resource gathering. A serious problem for those within the department, of course. While discussing terms, the team was found by DeLorean, who took them to the literal hole in the wall of Sindri's friend Nero Evander, an apparently wealthy individual who was quick to offer them shelter and gossip, as he learned more about the team through a series of questions next to a very, very drunk Sindri. So, as per usual, I'm just going to go down the list and ask you guys if... that night, as you guys spent your first night in Fury Keep in this wealthy man's home, you guys will have a chance to either talk to each other, talk to Nero, you can try to talk to Sentry, talk to DeLorean, who is still kind of like looking at Alena like, have I really been getting your name wrong this whole time? So now that Karl is a little bit more with it in this particular situation, in the last session, I can't quite remember who it was, but you guys had picked up that there was kind of a social status between the kind of home that they have within the mountains, within the mountains. So it's a status of its own to just be in the mountains. Because if you guys remember, there is the main city that is wrapped around by 2 arms of the mountains, and then there are homes on either arm, as well as in the back side of the mountain, and pretty much everywhere in between. So being in the mountain at all is a pretty big status symbol. Of those, having a hole in the wall, being actually dug into the mountain, is pretty much the lowest on the ring. Having a home made of the mountain, so where they actually carved a building from the stone, that's a little bit higher. And then the highest would be it's carved out of the mountain, but there are tertiary resources brought in to build the home to look however they'd like it to on the outside. And Nero does not seem to give a shit about that. He has this wildly fantastical home built into the wall, and Karl immediately can recognize, just based on the layout, the structure, that the space that you guys are able to see, not just in his main chamber where he like welcomes people, but when you guys go to your individual room and such, this home is way, way bigger than the physical space could possibly allow between that and like the next home over that you guys had seen. And it freaks Karl out just a little bit, like, oh, that's not right. So I'm gonna say thank you to Viking real quick. Viking, thank you for those subs. Holy cow, you're insane. Jiminy fuck. Let me see if I have any funny emotes. No, I don't. Yes, I do. You're a crocodile laser is what you are. Anyway. So I have 4 of you tonight, so we'll start with Alena. Is there anything Alena would like to do with Nero, DeLorean, her team? Anybody in particular?
She might kind of walk around the house, just explore. Probably talk to Nero a little bit about the city, kind of what's going on. Then other than that, get her 4-hour meditation and kind of go from there.
Okay. Any particular order?
Should probably talk to Nero first.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys remember, Erevan is still sitting next to Nero, and Nero has been like inching closer and closer, and Erevan has probably been scooting more and more away as the night goes on. But yeah, Nero is every time Alena makes eye contact with him, she feels this like, I forgot about you only for a second. Let me keep scanning the horizon for a plausible suitor. But Alena can ask him any question while he's like doing this.
She probably let me look real quick. Nero,
yes.
What do you know about the mines? Do you know anything that's been going on down there?
Not, my memory's a little hazy at the moment. I don't typically fuss with the dirt. You may have more of a bit of luck with the calloused. They may know. They're always scruffing about.
And then you have a very lovely home.
Thank you.
How long have you had it?
Oh dear. Well, I tell people I'm a bit younger than I actually am, so I can't reveal how long I've really been here, but it's probably going on 12 years now, in actuality.
Very nice.
Thank you. Yes, it cost me a pretty penny, but being the socialite,
I imagine.
Being the socialite that I am, of course, it's worth it. There's lots of, and she keeps like looking. He keeps looking around. Fine men that could suit all kinds. Alena, like just keeps really just laying it on thick.
Well, Alena's probably gonna kind of slowly dip out, just kind of scooch away slowly.
Yeah, and I mean, you can make a stealth check if you're trying to like hide.
No, because I feel like Alena would back into like a chair and knock it over or something on her way out.
Yeah, like a standing suit of armor. Yeah, just
like no.
Yeah, the most calamitous possible item within a 50-foot radius.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Alena just kind of dips and
she's probably gonna go explore the house for a little bit.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, Karl. So Nero will he'll like lean down more to Karl. Is she always so weird?
Ever since I met her.
And DeLorean is like, has her name always been Alena?
Hey.
Well, why didn't anyone correct me? I've been saying Alana this entire time.
I don't think anyone really cared.
Well, I mean, I care. It's rude for one thing. I've been saying the wrong name for like a month and a half now.
It's always, a tricky name. Sometimes you just don't get it.
I guess not. And then, odds. Angene evens Harratuk. That's a 2. So, Harratuk, I'll give you the choice on this one because Nero was like super interested in you in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions for him or anybody else?
He kind of like weirded me out, I think, right?
Where's the beef?
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of like, he was talking to me and I just like stopped answering questions.
Yeah, Harratuk literally asked for help. Like, guys, help, please.
Well, he'll like hang around and not leave immediately, but it depends on what Nero asks him. He wants to eat food with people and,
Harratuk, like, he sees Alena snake away and hit something and then kind of awkwardly dip, and he's like, damn, I wish I thought of something that good. Angene, anything from you, sir? So, before the night ends, and Kyle, I'll get to you in a second.
Yeah. So, Angene is going to continue to play music. I assume I never really stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we stopped.
I'm going
right when you started.
What's that?
I just it was like a side note. Last episode, I think we stopped right as Angene started to play.
Yes. So I'm gonna, so long as people there are enjoying the music and everything, I'm going to continue to play my little repertoire of music. I'm also, as I'm playing, I'm kind of going to start watching the people around me, kind of trying to notice if anybody's being weird or weirder than the rest of the whole crowd is right now.
Outside of like festive,
yeah, like if anybody's being shifty or if there seems to be like some good gossip happening. That sort of thing.
There's always gossip at Nero's. Yeah,
true.
So give me a performance check first.
Performance. 20 dirty.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pose in a sizable crowd. Probably one of the biggest he's had. At least of the elites, anyway. So Angene is going through and playing his viola, and this is actually a really nice piano piece, so that kind of accents it. As Angene is going through his songs and his repertoire, as he already said, a decent crowd of let's say 14 different socialites all standing around with their drinks and their like the cigarettes that are on those sticks. For whatever reason they did that. Just engaging socially. From what Angene can tell, it's hard for him to listen intently on conversations and focus on pieces that he is playing this well, I'd say, because at this point it would take a lot of focus for him to still play these even though he is very skilled, he is still not at like mastery level, if that makes sense. So maybe at times where he's trying to listen a little bit more, conversation going on over there, maybe he slips a note but is able to make it seem like he did it on purpose, and no one really seems to be the wiser.
Right.
But I'd say it's too difficult for him to focus on outside conversations other than like what is being casually spoken about.
Okay.
And Alena,
Angene is going to play well into the night. Kind of just playing as long as the vibe is up, sort of deal. So,
it'd be better for me to ask when he would stop, because with
when Jake leaves.
Dang it,
Jakey. Let's just say like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, I have to panic resize a few things on the stream here since Jake dipped. Okay. And this is the right slide, right? Yes. So, yes, as long as Angene is playing, there are people sitting and listening and talking and very much so drinking. Angene, he'll see a few people who, some of them come in very fanciful colored silk clothing, some of them with masks. He'll see one guy and one girl come in. They'll kind of disappear for a little bit, and then they'll walk out together. And then he'll see the same guy with like a different girl come in, and they'll disappear for a little bit. Sort of a lot of that going on through the night, pre-Tinder.
The question is, who is being used?
Right. Yeah. Ew. And as Alena, so is Alena looking for anything specifically, or just whatever she sees kind of up front?
She might be just kind of poking her hands around some candlesticks, trying to pull them a little bit. Just not necessarily looking for a hidden door or something, but just kind of wandering around.
Yeah. So as Alena's looking around, she sees, well, number one, she finds very elegant, very long and decorated hallways with this checkered flooring front to back, elegant busts of, the statue variety, not of, what was I thinking of? There are physical busts of statues, and then there are also paintings, portraits, as they're not busts, but portraits is what they're called.
Portraits of busts.
Well, there is that too. Nero is, he appreciates the human form and the less humanoid form, as Alena discovers as she's going down the hall. Pretty much, if it's raunchy and curvy, Nero's about it.
True gentleman.
What I figured before you even said it.
Yep. And Alena is just tracing her fingers along the walls. As far as she can see, none of the portraits, none of their eyes are moving across and following her. And she comes up to one mounted lantern on the wall, and it has a little give to it as she looks at it. The other ones, they seem all to be pretty stable and very secure. This one moves.
I'm going to pull it.
Is Alena going to be our danger-prone Daphne?
So
she just accidentally triggers all the traps.
Before Joe even gets it, there's one or two things I either want to have happen. Either I do find something hidden, or two, it just falls off, nothing happens, and I have to try and hide it. I don't care which one happens.
It's the latter in this situation. So she looks around she really pulls, and it just clink. She practically falls on the floor, but she, she's able to hold herself. And she's looking around real frantically, did anybody see that?
Is there a
Did anybody
barrel
hear that?
is there a barrel or a spittoon or something around?
A barrel or a spittoon in Nero's house, honey.
Some open receptacle jar or something.
A vase.
A vase.
A vase. Yes.
Vase.
There are a number of large amphora. Amphorae?
I drop it in one of the vase.
Yeah. So it's Alena. Like, it's super obvious that like there should be something in the hallway here, but she you do that quick like dust yourself off. Nothing's wrong. I'm just gonna walk down the hall. Yes, excellent. And as if Alena is brave enough to try again, nothing else really moves or wiggles in a way that would signify to her that she could find at least that anything is moving.
Yeah. Again, not really looking for anything, but just
Right.
kind of put my hands on things.
I didn't have you roll for it.
Yeah.
So with that, one of Nero's maids, as he calls a different one every 5 minutes whenever he needs something. The name is always different. The person in the costume, whether it's a male or female, is always different. It's always the same maid costume though, French maid, classic.
And for the men?
Mm-hmm. It's shorter for the men, if anything.
Good for him. Good for him.
Good for him. The Nero, man, doesn't discriminate.
Hey, you know what? He knows what he likes, and I appreciate that about him.
Oh, is that what you appreciated about him?
Uh,
Why don't you take about 5-10% off there, Squirrely Dan?
This man has an auteur vision for home design.
So with that, you guys are each given an individual room. This is also a weird song. I'm going to skip this one. You guys are each given an individual room, but, kind of the same. The vibe you get is they're pretty freewheeling here. If you guys wanted to be in the same room or whatever, it's not a big deal. But the rooms you are given, just the same theme as throughout the rest of his house, that the more Karl sees, the more uncomfortable he gets. No, it's my dimensions aren't wrong. These
This
dimensions
is
are
wrong. It's so wrong.
It's unnatural. Yeah. Your rooms each are spacious flats. They have their own elegant, very regal beds, red velvet sheets. Those, I actually don't know what they're called, but the headboards on those queen-size beds that have the tall, like almost spire-looking things, made out of what looks to be very fine wood. You guys have your own maid service at your beck and call. You know that. So even if you were to look left and right down your hall, it's quite a walk between here and wherever you guys left Nero. But while you're within your room, anytime you ring your little bell, there is a servant of some kind at the door within 2 seconds flat. So if you guys
Ring my bell.
That's creepy.
they step in. What may I get for you, sir?
Food.
What kind? We have fried, grilled, cooked, stewed, and a plethora of many other choices, if there is one you prefer. And
One of each.
At once, sir.
And some wine.
And some wine. Yeah, so Harratuk, he's waiting in his room, and within 5 minutes, this whole smorgasbord sits in front of him, and my vision of Harratuk in this is he's, not impressed, but he'll sit down in a creaky chair, flip a napkin, and then just fucking go ham. But you guys, full rest for those of you that actually sleep, and we begin. Did you have something?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I thought I heard somebody.
I was saying, ooh.
Okay. So we start this next day, July 3rd in the morning. So you guys same thing in the morning as it was at night. You have your bells if you want to get any kind of breakfast. For the sake of things, we'll just say it's 8 in the morning. Since Angene was up pretty late, he would need at least that to get his full rest in.
I'll say that Angene is a late wake today.
Okay.
What
does late mean?
Here, I'll just roll for that shit.
Just roll for that shit.
Yeah. $39 late.
Okay. What, did you roll like a D100?
I rolled 3 D20s.
Okay. Yeah, so what was it, 39?
39 minutes late.
So, yes, as you guys are all kind of up front with... Nero wouldn't be up quite yet. He was as drunk as Sindri by the end of the night. You guys are all ready to go at about 8 o'clock, and at precisely 8:39 is when Angene rolls out.
Sorry, my bad. I stayed up a little too late playing music.
Okay, Erevan's not even up yet.
Yeah, eventually Erevan rolls out, looking a little worse for wear. Hey guys, I'm gonna be kind of in the back today. I'll be following you guys around, but I won't be doing very much.
I stick close. These caves get dangerous.
And everybody's like, oh. So with that, you guys have the day in front of you at, let's just say 9 o'clock. Keep it nice and clean. So you guys, you know...
Hey, Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
Erevan has the our permission slip.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Just with the map and we can use weapons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. One of you has it. It's fine.
Okay.
Because I remember last time somebody took it.
I think Erevan's got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. For now, we'll say Alena has it.
Okay.
So you guys know that you are on the lower arm of homes, and so this is the south end of the city. There is the body of the city before you as you guys look out in all of its splendor, and then the map that Den Skindleton gave you guys. You know that the mines to the Buro are on the complete opposite side of the mountain, or on the northern arm, so it is quite a walk from here to get there, and there's a lot to see in the middle. So you guys have the choice of what you'd like to do.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we should get a move on it. I don't feel like we're getting anything done anyways.
I agree. We should head not straight there, yes?
Yep.
Time is of the essence.
Okay. So,
yep.
How would I want to do this? I will... So, there are 4 places along the way that you guys can stop by, get lore about, whatever. I'll break it down into 2, so I'll give you guys like a stopping point of 1 between 2 of them, and then there'll be a second stopping point between the remaining 2. That'll make more sense as we go along. So, As you guys are going through the city, it is a fucking beautiful day. I think at this point, DeLorean did give you guys your winter wear.
Yep.
Yes.
It is still cold and a bit brisk, but it's nothing at this point that you guys can't handle. So at the first stopping point takes... Oh god, this is a big city. For the sake of it, we'll say 4 hours. At about, what would that be then? 1 o'clock? At about 1 o'clock, you guys pass kind of a couple areas. So you guys can, and you can meta this, it doesn't really bother me, but you guys know along the way, There are 2 places that you can, one of which you can stop at. You guys can stop at either one of the holy churches of Azuth, where there is seemingly a higher ranking member of the guard kind of speaking with some of the patrons who are exiting a service. And there is another location you guys passed where it's this kind of like you almost miss it. It's this very unassuming looking, very small, like there is one old door, a single window with frosted glass, a little oil lantern on the outside, barely hanging on, and an old rusted sign that doesn't even billow in the breeze. The rust is that bad. And all you can see on that are, it looks like there may have been a logo on there at one point, but in fine script that has just barely withstood the test of time to this point, it says the Vali Tavern, V-A-L-I.
Tavern?
I mean, in all honesty, yes, fuck their gods. We're going to the tavern.
Fuck you, God, I'm getting drunk.
Fair enough.
The place seems much more interesting.
Well, yeah, it's like either place you would have gone to. It's like, well, rip that lore. So as
there's a page burning in the background of all the lore.
Yeah, fuck that lore. Yeah, it's gone forever now.
Guys, I want to change. We're going back over there.
Yeah,
as he's burning the lore.
The only no, we'll let it go. So you guys are actually going in. So from what you can see from the outside looking in, it's this old frosted glass. You can see dark colors and shapes kind of moving around. It looks like there's a dying fire. There's a single, like maybe hunched over ratchet looking barmaid and one person who is actively just swilling, looking rather bored at their table. As you guys go in, however, the door is opened to reveal a stunning green vista beneath the Dracrag Mountains that is in a wide open and well-groomed plain of grass. The weather is brilliantly warm and sunny, too much for winter wear certainly. Tall trees bend and billow in the gust of wind, and the door opens to a massive shade-covered area under the protection of a large tent that has no siding, so that all sides are fully appreciated with the view that is given. So I'd say to Harratuk, this particular vista is not familiar to him, but this view of the mountains is familiar with him. So he's like, this is like Scarecliff territory, or at least this side of the mountain is somewhat close to it.
Can I tell if I'm like north or south or any general direction of where I last was?
He would be east. He's not sure how far, but the mountain is very recognizable to him at this point.
I am east of where I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We walked inside the tavern and now we're still outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
okay.
I can't remember. Maybe it was Sindri or one of the maids you guys met, but you guys, I believe, know that Fury Keep has the premier arcane university in the world, and that magic in these parts is probably permeated to the lowest level, and that based on what you've seen kind of in the streets, like up just upon entry to the city in Nero's home and now here, hardly anything is as it seems on the surface. And this song is also quite loud. Not picking the best songs tonight. Not that they're bad songs, but they are not the vibe. So yes, you guys are in this open, beautiful vista. There is ample tent coverage, and the door that you entered from, if you guys like all cross the threshold into this area, you can still see the streets of Fury Keep beyond the threshold while it's open. And then when you close the door, there is no door frame. It's just a door, like standing in this field. But it doesn't disappear or minimize or anything like that. And you can even like check it again, and Fury Keep is still there.
They sell fake doors in this town.
Fake Door Emporium.
Oh my gosh.
So there is ample seating all around the space, and under the tent there is a single bar with one sort of elderly-looking woman behind it. She is short but very muscular and toned. And she, based on the deep-set wrinkles in her face, she's got darker skin, a short buzz cut of hair that is pure white almost, and she has a very wide frame that supports her thick arms and legs. And she wears what appears to look like classic blue mage's robes, but she cut off the sleeves and she has cut off the bottom half of it as well. And the color is faded and full of holes as well. She has these black biker shorts on her legs, and she's kind of constantly peering around, making sure everybody's taken care of with these vibrant yellow eyes. And there is an additional door next to the bar where you can see another elderly woman comes out, and she'll have plates of food or drinks, whatever that she brings out. She's physically pretty much the exact opposite, although she is of equal apparent age and has the same white hair coloration. She is very tall, very thin, very long white hair that seems to just flow behind her as she walks by. She wears a simple green dress that runs down to her shins above her white shoes, and then she has this thick black belt and matching wristbands that seem to change color over the course of time that she is serving people. And she also has the same matching yellow eyes. So she serves a few tables, and she is very warm to come up and greet you guys. Well, hello! Welcome to Vali. What can I do for you?
Are we really outside?
Kind of. It's more of a projection. A lot of people don't quite know what that means. But this is based off of a real place outside.
This is very amazing.
Thank you. It took quite a lot of effort for us to create.
I've never seen anything so beautiful like this before.
Well, thank you. I mean, most people say, "Oh, you mean the mountains?" Of course, I should have known. Well, come on, take off your coats before you start sweating. Have a seat. What can I get you to start?
They'll have a cider.
Excellent, excellent. And for the rest of you?
A pint of ale, please.
That's our specialty.
A sandwich and an ale.
A sandwich and an ale.
Yes.
Of course, of course. And for you?
Hello. Would I have an ale?
Of course. Sit anywhere you like. I'm off for the prismatic, and I'll be out in a few minutes. If you need anything in the meantime, feel free to ask my sister, Isabella, the Invulnerable. But,
Okay.
and she's like halfway out. Don't try and fight her for free drinks. You won't win.
What's the first one's name?
The one you're talking to?
Yeah.
Afra. A-P-H-R-A. Afra. She doesn't seem particular. So yeah, within a few minutes, she has everything that you guys need. Brings it back out and serves you kindly. And then she continues tending other areas. And
Well, this is
I
rather
look
nice.
around and see if there's anyone that looks like they might be from the mine or in the industry.
yeah, no, it's pretty early for you guys have seen that this is a pretty bustling city. Karl gets the idea that since no one has outright looked at him or treated him any different from like what he's seen from the rest of his party, that dwarves may not be super common, but it's not like they're unknown here. But he does not see. If you meant dwarves, like if you're looking for dwarves, he doesn't see any in this area. There are a couple people here, but they appear to be more humanoid, well dressed, or old, just kind of out for a breakfast.
This place is truly beautiful.
Nothing like a breakfast beer.
Aye.
Yeah, and
Choice drink of alcoholics everywhere.
so you guys had, I think, 2 meals and 2 drinks. God. Can I just get, like, beautiful death, please? There we go. This song is called Adam, Where Art Thou? Wow.
Fucking perfect.
What are the odds? God, that's fantastic. Like, the fact that I called it was going to be beautiful death, and that, wow. Yes, so, it's about 12 silver is the tab.
I'll put down 2 gold. Just cover it.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Afro, she comes over. Thank you. If there's ever anything else we can do for you, please let us know.
Have you heard anything about the mines?
Oh dear. What about them?
Just any word from clients? Anything interesting you might have heard?
Well, my old connections up at the university told me that they're quite interested in the space, and the Buro is quite eager to get back down there, as much as I've heard. But and she looks around. Make a persuasion check.
Wizards are interested in mines? Alright, persuasion. 9.
She looks like she was kind of gonna start talking, but then she looks over the lot of you and is like, these are all really new faces. Yeah, mages are they're always sticking their noses where they don't belong. We should know.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh yes, they'll. Anytime anything can be learned, you'll find a mage.
We're out to help out down there. I just wanted to know what we're poking into.
Oh, I wish I could help.
Appreciate it anyway.
Of course. And if there is anything else you guys would like to ask, now would be the time.
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys settle up your tab, have a wonderful meal in this wonderful setting. And as you guys exit, you're back in Shivery Fury Keep. You guys can readorn your clothes or whatever if you never took them off. And if you look back in the window, it's the same run-down looking tavern behind this faded glass with a nearly dying fire, and you're like, all right, we're starting to catch on. And that would probably have been maybe
that's a place to come back to.
Maybe another
sure.
hour.
That's mighty neat.
Thank you. So between the next two, you guys will have the choice to inspect the Disastrous Blade Gym or the Guild of Safe Travel with schedules posted.
The Guild of Safe Travel seems like a place of knobs.
A place of what?
Knobs. Just
Knobs.
Poindexter, like, ugh.
They also have schedules. They also have schedules posted if you don't want to interact with the knobs.
Oh, my people.
We can go lift some weights.
Oh.
I think Elena's down for either one. It's one place has a bunch of knobs.
I heard Kyle's bit. Vinny, what'd you say?
Angene is interested just because he'd like to see how easily or hard it would be to get around
in the safe travel.
Yes.
Okay, Harratuk. I'll flip a coin if it's a tiebreaker.
Sorry, what was the question?
If you guys would like to see either the Disastrous Blade Gym or the scheduled travel postings by the Guild of Safe Travel.
I have no preference.
I will flip. So I doubt. I really doubt it'll focus. Yeah, no. So it says Dicent there. That'll be heads, and then blank side for tails. Kyle and Harratuk both said whatever. Angene said the guild. So odds you. Angene, heads or tails?
Tails.
If you call it, then you can pick. Bang! Oh shit. That's the tails. So to the guild. So as you guys are walking along the streets, Alena and Karl are like, but the gym. But the gym. And Agner's like, nope, scheduling. And so yeah, so Elena's assessment pretty much on point. You guys can sense that right off the bat, you guys know that the physical trains actually travel on the northern side of the city, by where you're headed, actually. But it seems like a lot of people are able to board or disembark here. Through means that maybe you'd find out if you went inside, but as far as the outside goes, there are schedules posted. So, oh, that's fine. Okay. So you guys can see that there is there are two main train-based travel services. There is a northern traveling group, and there is a southern traveling group. Both of which are very, very long, extended trips out of the city because they go to places and they go to neighboring cities and beyond, and they return. So, okay. And I suppose this is your guys' kind of first look at the map of the world, I guess is what this would be, at least as far as the Drakecrag Mountains go. So you guys would not. So this would mostly just be a map of the area around the Drakecrag Mountains, and I can post one later, sort of closer to what you guys see. The places that you guys do not see of the places that you know, Illowy Vale is not on the map. Fortress of Ulfang the Black is not on the map, and Erevan's home of Donengother. If he brings it up, I don't know if he would do that or not, but that is not on the map. So the time frames that are given are time from Fury Keep to the destination. So I'll have the location and the days. So just so you guys know, like from one location to the next, those don't stack. It's just those are the days it takes to get to that space, and it'll make more sense here in a few seconds. So the Northern Traveling Group, their first destination is Dira Heath. That is 11 days away. And from there, they split to either Cardi, which is 14 days away. So it is 11 to Dira Heath, and it is 14 to Cardi, which means it's 14 to Cardi. It's not 11 and then another 14. So it's just 14 carding. Cool.
Word.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Making sure it's clear, because I know that can be kind of confusing. There is no day or completion time associated with Nekeb. There is just this big red letter warning on the sign. No train access to Nekeb. Travel times may vary to upwards of 30 days. Arrival and survival is not guaranteed.
Jeez.
The southern traveling group first goes to Onir Land, which is 3 days away, to Cone, 9 days, Citadel Hills, 16 days, Scarecliff, 19 days, Caffeld Stronghold, 25 days, and back, which is 52 days. And then there's like a little note for like recouping materials and resources. So this is the first time you guys have seen where you are in the world right now in relation to everything. You know, Karl does know Caffeld Stronghold. He does know that place, so he at least has an idea of like where his home is as well. So this is the first time really you guys have been like, okay, we have some kind of bearing beyond like jumping to the south side of the mountains in the Volley Tavern there. Other than that, because that would have been a little bit of a mix-up.
I'm going to immediately just goes, there it is. There it is. And I point at Nekeb.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, guys, I could see it. Wow. Oh, man, I'm glad we came over here.
Hey,
Wow.
you got a rough run.
Yeah.
I'm a month away from home.
I'm so far. How did I get here?
How did we get over here?
How did we? Did we go around the ocean?
Don't know.
Like,
I'm from Caffeld Stronghold, and that's 25 days.
yeah, and I gotta imagine these whatever trains are faster than like horseback or anything.
Aye,
Goodness.
I'm beyond this map. But I can kind of tell from where.
One day, we'll definitely make it.
Is there like a way to kind of like draw this map out, or do they have like, oh, get your free map? Kind of.
Yeah.
Is this like a travel agency? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, there are of the travel.
They don't have like a.
It's
They don't have
kinda-
a tube map.
It's more
All the
akin
trains and
to
lines.
like those amusement park maps, where it's kind of like you are here, or like if you see this, this is where you are. But rather than like of the greater nation as a whole, it's just where the stops are. And it's not detailed of Fury Keep, but it does obviously say where Fury Keep starts, since that is the start point of the journey, or at least where this one starts. But yeah, you guys can grab a map.
That's good
of that.
information. Yeah, I'm definitely grabbing a map.
Yeah, me too.
me three.
Let me see how fast this might come up on stream. Yep, sorry, stream. Let me see if I can't grab that real quick.
Let's see. Can I add a?
Yeah, just go to inventory, then manage, then add custom item.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
This would be map of.
Okay, so the map that you're going to see here has way more detail than what you'd actually see, and I'll mark it up a little bit later when I am able to. But that that little tidbit there is, for the most part, what you guys are able to see. So you're very clearly able to see. So you guys are Fury Keep at the top right of the mountain, for those of you that are looking. The northern train goes along the very northern ridge of the mountain there. And on the left side of the mountain, you can see where it says Dira Heath. Or Dyra Heath, they're not too particular. And from there is where it splits to Cardi. Excuse me, goodness. Cardi is just on the edge, on the northern edge of the South Sea, which is very confusing. And then where the land meets the sea, about halfway down, you guys can see where Nekeb is. And I will show this.
Where is Fury Keep?
Top right.
Top right. Thank you.
I will show this to the stream so the stream can see what we're all looking at here, kind of. So yeah, Fury Keep is on the top right, and as you guys can tell,
it's hard to read this font from a distance.
I'll post a higher quality image later. There is one in the Discord already, but I think it's buried.
I think I've seen it
way back in the chat. Fury Keep, the southern train, goes out westward to Onirland. You guys can see it goes way southward. I think it might be chopped off a little bit where it says Cone.
Mm-hmm.
And from Cone it goes to Citadel Hills. So then it goes kind of almost perfectly southwest, I think, down to the very bottom of the mountains. If you guys can see where it says Citadel Hills.
Yep.
And then it goes further west to the bottom of the mountains where it says Scarecliff. And then way more southwest to Cafeld Stronghold.
Wow.
Angene.
Yeah.
Why does it say all those things about Nekeb? Is Nekeb dangerous?
Oh no, goodness. I've never seen a train at my home, so I would imagine that they just didn't finish it, or I don't know. It seems very odd. I don't know. Maybe the train lines don't run there that far.
Hmm.
Yeah, because my whole life I've lived in the cab. I would have seen a train if there was a train there, and I definitely did not see a train, nor did I ever hear about them until we found them here.
I guess I haven't seen trains at the stronghold either, but I never really got out too often.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it wouldn't be safe.
Hi, Jake.
Sorry, making quick notes. So, if there is nothing else that you guys have in regards to this particular spot, we will make our way up towards the mountains.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a 10-minute break here to split that up and make sure you guys make sure we're all good and rested for the mountains, because there's a number of things I want to do. We should be able to get through it in the time that we have, but we'll take 10 minutes and we'll come back.
All right, cool.
Hey, Joe. I missed like the last 30 seconds of that.
Let me let the stream unbreak real quick.
yeah, mid to upper 90s and at least a 50% chance of rain all day, every day.
Here's so knowing Florida weather like I do, it'll be about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then you'll just get a deluge of rain.
Yeah.
And then like by 5 or 6, it'll clear up.
It'll be fine. Yep.
Yep.
But like, I'll be at the convention center 90% of the time, so don't really have to worry about that. But on the days I'm going to the parks, like I have gone to Florida as many times as I have, it's just kind of like, I know it's going to happen. If it does, cool. If not, that's sweet too. So all the poncho and enjoy what rides I can.
Poncho. A fuck ton of electrolytes and water.
Yeah.
God, I'm dying in our heat. Like today was amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But like this past week has been brutal.
Dude.
Well, actually, I lost power Tuesday night.
Oh my god.
It was like 8 to midnight.
I'm sorry, this week was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was...
Well, no, I didn't lose power. AEP's like, yeah, we're gonna shut your power off for a little while.
Oh, bastards!
It was one of those.
The fucking blackout.
Kick him in the nards.
And then it happened again Wednesday midday, but I wasn't home, so didn't matter.
No pets to suffer. That's good.
Dude, you guys are gonna see it eventually, but my parents have a cabin out in Lancaster in awesome area. Hocking Hills, beautiful, and my dad was texting me, and he was like, "Well, a deer got under the deck and fucking died." And I was like, So at this house, like, me and my dad, like, it was my grandparents, and they passed, and we were away for a while, so we had to go and like fix the whole thing up. It was one of those situations where it's like it's one major problem after another. Now it's beautiful. Everything's totally fine. It's an awesome location. Can't wait to get you guys out there. And so I know that I'm like, I asked him, probably foolishly, like, you gonna hire somebody to get that out of there? And he was like, nope. And I was like, damn it, because that means it's me and him.
Get the winch.
Yeah.
And like, he was like, we're gonna. I don't want to gross out the stream because I'm live again, but he was like, I saw bone, and I thought there was a dirty cloth on it. Turned out to be a pile of maggots, and I was like, oh, dude, no. So
nice.
That's
decay.
Has been in the heat this whole time. We have to just. I'm hoping that we get a wheelbarrow over there, get a couple of respirators, shovel it into the wheelbarrow intact, and we just dump it in the ravine. Because, man, if any of this damn thing slides off or like remains, I'm gonna throw up, dude.
Depends how long it's been there. So
gotta get a gas mask.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're just guessing at how long it's been there, it's probably been there a while.
Long enough for bones, dude. Long enough for bones to start showing. Anyway. It's like it's too...
D&D, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So, to get to where I would like to be, gonna kind of expedite the travel a little bit. You guys did the fun things, just so you're aware. Jake, real quick, can you hear me, Jake?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you make a perception check real quick?
Yes, sir. $14.
I think from where you're at, that would clear it. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So, on the map that Alena is currently holding, Also, for the sake of it, just to speed things up a little bit, there are 2 marked entrances, and there is one that is not marked. Alena is able to discern that it's probably an exhaust of some kind, or maybe like an emergency out. As you guys are moving from the central part of the city up into the northern side of the mountains, it's pushing evening at this point. It's taken you guys most of the day just to get here. Probably it was 2 o'clock then. Probably like 8, 9 o'clock at this point. And as you guys approach the first, what looks to be the primary entrance on the map, and in this area, you guys are way closer to the trains than you have been throughout the city. And it's no longer dampened or muffled by the rest of the cityscape. You guys are pretty close, and you can feel the ground tremor as different kinds of trains are going through. Where they go, where they come from, you can't exactly see, but you at least know that they're either... since you guys had seen the Buro map at this point, you know that they're going either north or south, but they generally exit both to the east. As you guys approach the first entry point, there is a number of both the guards, who I don't think I've mentioned their name yet. They are the Fairy Keep Royal Guard, and there are a set of mages there as well. So a quick scan of the area. All of the members of the guard here appear to be the same rank. They are all wearing the same armor. If any of them have mantles, they're the same mantle. Nothing that really signifies a higher status. This is a great song as well, but I need to skip it because the words are distracting. And there are far fewer mages, but there is one in particular who really sticks out to you guys. So, none of you have seen this type of humanoid before. So, meta, it's a Leonin. So, as your players are witnessing this individual for the first time, he has a full and beautiful lion's mane, this proud jaw and this furrowed brow as he's looking around and arguing with a few of the guards that are there. He has a brilliant white cloak that almost glows as he walks by, and the shoulders are out far enough to where the cloak actually covers and obscures his entire body. So the only actual part of him that you see is his head, which is completely unobscured, and his boots for description purposes, but the rest of him is completely obscured by this brilliant white mantle. It has like those what are they called, tassels? It has tassels that just hang over his shoulder, and they seem to be more of a gold coloration. But as he is bossing, he's trying to tell the guard, like, from what you guys pick up as you arrive, he is telling them that while the mages are concerned with this area, no one is permitted to enter. Conveniently is when you guys arrive. And he turns immediately to you, and he has no qualms or hesitation with approaching you guys. As he stomps over, you can hear his boots impacting the ground. He looks very quickly over each of you. What are you doing here? Who sent you? You're not the guard.
I'm gonna pull out the map. The map that we were given with the mines that has the permission.
Right. Folly. You'll need more than this to get past us. This is shut down for the mages. This may get you past the guard, but this will not get you past us.
But we've been hired to investigate.
You are not able to enter the mines unless you have final approval from the city.
How do we get final approval?
That's not my concern. I am here on a matter.
Bye.
Harratuk just walks away.
I'm done with this guy.
I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree.
And he's pretty much just staring Alena down, like waiting for her to leave as well.
Alena, come here.
I'll go over to Angene.
Look. And I point to the map. I'm looking. Isn't there more than one entrance?
You're right. We could try this exhaust over here.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds tight, but we can give it a shot.
Might as well.
Yeah, and as much as I'd love to, like, give more descriptions and events of things that could happen, I have to skip ahead a bit. So, yes, you guys make your way around to the exit side of the cave where the other entrance where you guys, if you guys would have gone by, is where there would have been the same level of mages preventing you guys from entering. But as far as you are, as far as what you can see, they are either unaware of this, or maybe they thought other of it, or less of it. I really hate skipping ahead, but as you guys enter the cave, another first for you guys is an elevator. So you guys enter the darkened mine shaft where I believe everyone can see in the dark except for Karl.
Carl's got dark vision.
Yeah.
Carl's
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Did you do anything about my 14?
Shoot, yeah, you're right. So while you guys were up on the mountain, Harratuk looked out over the beautiful scene of the city, and where one of the churches stood, you guys could just see it like as you pass through the city. It was one of the churches of Tyr. So where it had a scale balanced on a maul, Harratuk could see from the mountains that from this particular angle, as the view of the statue that makes up the symbol of Tyr is looked at from a different perspective, it seems to form a pointed, a crudely pointed dagger. And Harratuk knows that is one of the many symbols of the Guild of Thieves.
Do I get to find out what thieves can't do?
Shut up.
Call back.
Yes, thank you for reminding me, though. So,
Cool.
as you guys enter the mine shaft, again, I have to jump ahead a few things here. You guys are, you guys are going through the caverns beneath, and first, let me ask, marching order, who would be in front?
I would defer to Karl because I feel like mines are his forte.
Yeah, I'd probably take front if that were the case.
Okay, and when it would come to tight hallways, I'll just ask you guys real quick. Would any of you be hesitant to enter very tight halls?
Elena's pretty thin.
I'm not happy about it.
I didn't ask if you were happy. I asked if you were hesitant.
I'll do it.
Okay, so as you guys are traveling beneath, there is a certain rumbling in the walls, and as you guys are going down this rather dark and dank hallway, and you guys, Karl especially, can recognize just the sheer amount of raw material that is down here, and it's super obvious why this is their particular spot. They very keep these massive chunks of iron that appears to be pretty high quality is practically falling off the walls by itself. And as you guys enter this hallway, I am positioning your characters at the moment. There is a rumbling on either side of where you are, and let me position these real quick. And because I know I'm gonna look this up later. Let me move my notes to a screen where you won't see them.
Everybody's get the screenshot ready.
it's
Fine.
it's already gone. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Actually, rather than that, screen Tailspire go. So with this wonderful new computer, everything should be nice and smooth for the stream, for you guys as well. So
have we played with our minis in yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Did you?
So
Maybe not.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Either way, you know what? No,
I remember you loading them up.
I'll show
But
them
look
off.
how good they look.
I'll show them
Look
off.
how good they
I'll show
look.
them off later. So we have Karl, we have Angene here, Alena, and Harratuk, and
We're the two big boys.
Erevan will be tucked out in the corner there. Yes. So, as you guys enter this particular hallway, on either end, there is this rumbling that you guys kind of stop. Like, what was that? And from the stone, while they were not moving, they were not visible at all. These rock formations, something pops out and stone crumbles to the ground, and another that appear to be arms, and then a head starts to motion out of the stone, and they land on the ground. On either side of you are rock golems. Please roll initiative.
Woo!
First time as a leveled character.
Yes, first time in combat.
Let's go. Yeah.
I will just have... Oh, God. If you guys are ever not your characters and I roll for you, I'm sorry. I have never...
Gosh damn, Harratuk.
I have never had good rolls as characters.
hey,
Alena.
17.
17. I'm gonna...
5.
Oh, no. Harratuk.
20.
Natural?
Dirty.
Dirty. Karl.
19.
19. I will not tell you which, but I have to say this just for stat keeping purposes, that one of my beastie boys here did roll a natural 1 for their initiative.
Ooh.
Oh, Gerp.
Huzzah!
So
Does that mean he's affected by surprise?
No, it means he's last. If anything, you guys would be surprised, but they don't have the speed to get there. So, Harratuk, you are going to be first. You're at the back of the track here, and Karl, you're on deck, and you are at the front.
On deck and what?
Harratuk's up front, or up first, and Karl's on deck.
So I'm gonna walk towards the one closest to me, and I have my two-handed great axe.
Yeah.
And this is a rock, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they are large stone creatures of some kind.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna charge it, but I'm gonna whack it with my axe.
Oh, axe whack it.
Uh, 13.
Harratuk comes up for a nice axe whack. He thinks the hit is good. Ka-ching! And it is a good hit. But it doesn't affect him at all.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
So I only have one attack, right? I think.
As of yet.
As of yet, let me see. Bonus action.
Not unless I do something. Yeah.
Right. I don't think you have reckless attack yet.
Right.
I think that's level 3.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean you have rage, but other than that, no.
You have reckless attack it too.
Is it a 2? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's too late for that, but Jake just
Yeah.
reckless gives you advantage on the attack. And then I think until your next turn, this creature or any creature who attacks you also has advantage on you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Harratuk?
No.
Karl.
I will enter my rage.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
I would
My
like to
muscles just
rage.
start to flex out. I remove the maul from my back.
Oh,
And I look at the golem in front of me. I rush up and I just take a swing at his stupid jaw.
take a swing at that stupid jaw.
Actions, attack. 8.
As he
Wait,
angrily...
I didn't say reckless, so.
He did not, yeah. As he angrily rushes up to this stone beast. Clank. Fuck! As Karl, like, screams out into the open air. After Karl, it is Alena.
Can I get up next to the one that Harratuk is fighting? Or is... Yeah.
There is just...
Yeah, I want to go over there.
There is just enough space for you to get there.
Alright, and I'm going to take a swing with my longsword.
Oh, take a swing.
Ooh, fuck. Natural 1.
Oh, oh no.
No me gusta.
It sounds
No me
so
gusta.
wrong.
Alena,
I'm gonna put...
would you like to roll the critical fail chart?
I would, and I'm gonna use the same die, and if it fails me again, your Durndal dice are going away.
Roll a D100.
8.
Ooh.
Wait, you... Oh, I need to roll a D100?
Yes.
My bad. 48.
48. Not that cataclysmic for you this early on in the game. That is your turn ends.
What? Okay, that's fine.
With that, it is this big boulder boy's turn. And... I guess of the nothing that the both of you did, Harratuk did more. So he is just going to attack Harratuk. So as he comes up, 13 on you, Harratuk.
Miss.
Miss. So yeah, he brings one arm up, whoosh, comes down on the ground. It looks like it's something you really don't want to get hit by, but he comes up with his second arm, and that is 11. That will miss you as well. So right, like, just perfect. What was his name in Fairly Odd Parents? The Prince from Yugopotamia, whatever his name was. Prince Carl. He had that massive cannon that he shot at Timmy, and it just went around him. Pretty much what happened to Harratuk. Just two massive arms, and Harratuk's right in the middle now. After that guy, it is Erevan, so he's gonna step out and take a shot at that guy, because I don't know what else he can do. He has a natural 15 plus 8, Jesus. So roll a d10.
I think it hits.
So he will hit that guy for that damage. And right after Erevan, and then he'll step back. Right after Erevan is Angene.
Angene is gonna kind of like nervously like, okay, not sure what to do here, but I look at the guy, and
Which one?
Sorry, the one. Is that Harratuk? Or no, that's Karl.
This is Karl. Yes.
The one, yeah. I'm going to look at the one that he's fighting, and standing where I am going to say, hey, big rock guy! Alright, listen up, Buster. You better leave my friends alone. We don't want any trouble with you. And I'm going to accidentally cast Vicious Mockery.
Do I save for that?
Yes, you make a wisdom saving throw.
don't
DC
seem
13.
Aha. Yeah, that's a 7 minus 4.
Hooray! All right. You take 3 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Just disadvantage?
Just disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Just attack. One attack?
One attack.
Okay. Cool. Hey, that might help. Very cool. So after Angene, it is the second guy's turn, which is this dude right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I have my characters mixed up here. This one has the disadvantage. So yeah, he is going to take that disadvantage attack immediately on Karl, since they are not particularly intelligent.
Oh, crap.
11 on you, Karl.
Nope, 15's my AC.
Okay, so yeah, same thing as Harratuk. He just boom whams right around you, but now he thinks you're right where he wants you, and oh boy, 12 to hit.
No,
It's the same thing on both sides, just completely around Karl. Nothing from them. Top of the round again.
I feel like I helped.
Top of the round. Well, you did actually. The if that would have been natural, he would have smacked the shit out of Karl. Harratuk, back up to you.
Okay, so my axe did not work.
So
I'm gonna try to hit it again.
okay. You guys
Just with
can
my
keep,
axe.
You guys can keep going, and I'm gonna keep talking to you. Just for the stream, I'm gonna move some things around real quick to try and get some cameras up, so you can see our beautiful faces. So the stream's gonna be jumping around, and I'm sorry for that. But Harratuk, go ahead.
That's a 10.
Oh my. No. Actually, I can't do that right now. Did you want a reckless this time?
Not yet.
Okay. Never mind then. There we go. Okay. After Harratuk, it is Karl again, I believe. Yes.
Well, I kind of growl and grit my teeth because now I'm even angrier because I missed and he missed and nothing's happening, so I'm making a reckless attack.
Oh, here it comes. Yeah, make that reckless.
17 and an 8, so I think the 17 might hit.
That 17 will in fact hit.
Okay, so my mace just swings and makes some impact. We got 14.
Ooh. Oh my god. Yeah, a huge
Bludgeoning.
Yeah, it looks like he takes that full damage from as far as what Karl can tell. It takes off a huge chunk of his stomach. Like half of his face fucking falls off, but still standing. Anything else,
Right,
Karl?
that's my turn. No, I'm just up in this guy's face.
And let me, Alena, you're up next.
Ready. I'm going to slash him again, maybe.
Go ahead.
Or at least attempt to slash. Longsword. God damn it. Let's see, 9. That does not hit.
9. God bless her, she's trying. You know? After Alena, it is this big jabroni who... Erevan damaged, but he can't seem to get past you guys, so he is going to take... He's going to try the other target. He's going to take a swing at Alena. First attack is a 19.
That hits.
Oof.
7 bludgeoning comes down on you.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch. That hurts.
Second attack is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And, full damage. 11 bludgeoning on that one.
And Alena is down.
Oh, no.
No! That's how many hits I have left.
Knocked down. Oh, that's so funny. She falls sideways.
Oh.
That's really funny. Yeah, so he, boom, he like completely missed Harratuk, kind of slides his head over to Alena and just wham, slams his arms to the side, and she stuck to the wall, falls down. Alena is unconscious.
That's tough.
That was with his attack, so he cannot move. Erevan is gonna pop out and blast that guy again. Yeah, that's a 22 to hit. Let me fix something real quick. You can thank Christian for this playlist.
Hell yeah.
It's like I'm really fucking feeling it right now too.
Oh, D&D Beyond didn't add my +2 to rage. That would have been a 16.
That one would have hit.
So damage total.
Oh, to the damage. Okay.
On my guy, yeah.
That's fine. I can change that real quick.
My bad.
You're all right. Erevan, quick maths is failing me. Oh shoot!
Look at the notes.
No, don't look at the notes.
Screenshotted.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
All we have to do is look back at the stream.
Yeah, yeah. So Erevan blasts another shot at this guy, and his rounds seem to be doing quite a lot of damage. Both of them pretty heavily hurting at this point. Angene, back to you.
I am going to whip my head around and see that Alena has taken a pretty nasty hit.
Yeah.
And echoing the what happened earlier at the campsite on our way to Fury Keep, I instinctively grab my violin and I play a little ditty on it.
About Jack and Diane.
You know, yeah. And I just focus like hardcore on Alena, because I'm like, she's hurt and I want her to be okay. And I cast Healing Word.
Ooh, yeah.
As a bonus action.
Okay.
And I.
Jack and Diane.
Luke did it.
Why didn't it go?
Jack and Diane. 2 American kids go in the heartland.
Why won't you? There. Okay. Nice. 7 health.
Ooh, nice. 7
I will take
it.
on Alena from Angene.
As an action, I will go ahead and hurl more insults. This time at the one that hurt Alena. And I will say,
is that a spell?
That is a cantrip.
That's a cantrip. Okay.
Yeah. So I am going to hurl some insults his way. Hey, you big meanie, pick on somebody your own size. And by that I mean nobody in this room, because nobody's as big as you. Man, you're big.
And you said the same one as before?
No, the one that just hit Alena.
The one that hit Alena. Okay, yeah, they both look equally bad at this point. Both of them pretty terribly hurt. Okay,
And I'm going to, it is a 13 wisdom.
Nope.
So he failed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he failed.
Nope. Nice, max damage. 4 psychic damage, and has disadvantage.
Baby. This was the same attack you did before, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was not paying as much attention as I should have. These creatures, apparent to Angene, do not appear to react to the psychic damage. Little retroactive part on my end. Yes, my fault on that one.
Yeah, resistant to all sorts of shit.
So since I fucked that one up, if you would like your turn back to do something else.
I'm trying to think of what else I would do with my action, and honestly, nope, not really anything action-wise. Can you use bonus actions in your action slot?
You mean bonus action spells? Or
no,
moves?
Bonus actions as like actions, like abilities.
Bonus action abilities. Sometimes it depends on what it is. What are you trying to do?
Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to just say, all right, Harratuk, give him your best shot.
All right.
And
is it
you have been inspired. It is a D6.
So Harratuk, on your it's attacks, checks, or saves.
It is,
I believe.
Yes, attacks, checks, or saves. Basically, if you roll a D20.
Yeah. So attacks, checks, or saves, Harratuk. You can choose if you want to roll that D6 and add to that, but you can only do it once.
Yeah, and you can only do it before you know the outcome of the action you are taking.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to...
Is it his turn?
Rage.
It is not his turn yet.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Alena, I think Alena is up. I don't think you've stood up yet.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as it's not his turn anyway. So this guy is just got fucking shellacked by Karl, and he's not happy about it, but he does have advantage. So he is going to come back down on one swing on Karl with an 18 to hit.
Oof.
Yeah, that hits.
And while you're raging, you're resistant to damage, right?
I take half to bludgeoning and piercing and slashing.
Okay, well that's good.
Yes.
So that was max damage. So you take 5, and that is already halved.
5 halved? Okay.
5 is the half. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Second attack on Karl. Yeah, 24 to hit.
Okay.
And he schwacks. Karl takes 6 total, but it's half to 3.
I just kind of use my mace to deflect, and a little of the damage just kind of glances off.
Just a little bit of the damage, yeah. Okay, that is all he could do. So Harratuk, now it is your turn if you would like to fucking rage.
Yes.
Yeah, and I believe for both of our barbarians, this is their first rage. God, I'm so about it. All right, Harratuk.
So angry.
In the background, Angene is like, good, let the hate flow.
Right.
And...
Yeah, so Alena, you're just on the ground, like you're knocked out, coming to, and Harratuk is just unleashing the beast, and you're like, oh, Oh my. Go ahead, Harratuk.
I would like to attack recklessly.
Oh, do it to him. Yeah. Roll with advantage. And you
Or-
you can choose whether or not to apply the bardic inspiration to this.
14, I know, hits.
14, does not hit. 14 does
What?
not land.
My Jedi mind tricked.
Yep. That. Anyway. Anything else Harratuk? I think that was everything you could do.
Well, I only have one attack, so yeah.
Okay. Karl.
After taking those blows but making that hit, I'm in the fits of the rage, so I just like scream out and recklessly strike again.
Oh, he's keeping on the reckless thing. Yeah, make that attack.
I got 15 and dirty 20.
That dirty 20 hits.
Alright, so that's 9 plus 2, so 11 damage.
Ooh. How does the beast go down?
I bring that thing down on his head and just crush him into little bits. Make some concrete dust.
Yeah, so from as much as Karl knows about stone, which is quite a lot, it should have just crumbled into tiny bits and stayed there. As Karl is watching, these bits of stone seem to have been held together by something. This is all a very strange experience for Karl. He's a little out of his wits here. But the stone appears to continually break down from boulder to stone to rock to pebble to dust to nothing. It all dissipates.
That's not right.
And that guy is out of the lineup after Karl. Karl, would you like to move at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the other one. They probably need a little assist as well.
15, 25. Okay, so you can get right there. After Karl is Alena.
I'm gonna use that half movement to get up
Whop. Yep.
and slash him with my longsword, maybe.
Try that slash.
Ooh, there we go. That's better. 22.
That will in fact hit.
All right, and then I'm also going to pump a bit of a divine smite
Ooh, okay.
into the bastard.
The first smite.
So let's see, it'll be a total of 2d8 extra, so total of 3d8 plus 3.
I will
Let's see,
laugh
Fuck
my
yeah.
ass off if he does not die.
4, 5, 6. Plus another 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15 damage.
How does this one, in all of her holy
Yes.
smite, die?
Well, I think as Elena's getting up, she's kind of shaking her head off, and you see the sword light up a little bit, and as she's rising, just uppercut slash right across the chest.
The slash goes up, the smite comes down, and so does the beast.
Woo!
So he do be dead.
He do be dead.
So let me first stop sharing my screen.
Check
More.
his notes.
Get in the comments.
Let me. Boy, I gotta do a couple things here. So let me quit Tailspire. I gotta pull up the music real quick again. Post rock copy. Sorry, stream. Okay. Yes, so as you guys continue to, let me make sure the stream is on the right page. Cling. There we go. Nice and pretty. As you guys fell these beasts, and now Alena and everyone who is on that side of the hall can see the same thing that Karl had seen. And since Karl is over there now, he sees it a second time, where these stone creatures were held together by some kind of magic, and they break down from a rock to a smaller stone to pebbles to dust to nothing, and they almost waft away in the breeze. And as you guys are continuing on, there is more to see. I should say first, there is more to see of this cavern. Excuse me. As you guys continue to travel down, and
I'm gonna immediately, like right after the battle, is gonna be like immediately put away his viola, put away everything, and just rush to Alena and like, "Are you okay?"
And when that happens, I'm going to use all 10 points of my lay on hands and just pop myself back up to 17. And just, I'm gonna thank you for saving me.
I was really scared when you got hit by that thing.
It hurt a lot.
I can imagine. That didn't look fun.
But I think I'll be okay, and just any other wounds and stuff are slowly fading.
Yeah, so Angene can see this power just emit from Alena's hands as she rests her palm upon herself, and the wounds that she had accrued, the bruises, the scars, they begin to heal themselves and disappear, and she looks as though it hadn't even happened.
Wow.
Just one little scratch.
You're magic too. Why isn't that neat?
It's a little different, but I know some.
Cool.
And the cavern does continue for you guys, and it's hard to tell exactly how much time It's hard to tell exactly how much time goes by while you guys are down here, but near what appears to be the end, Karl can kind of recognize that, like, this is like you're starting to see tools on the ground and certain things that have been left behind. Like, this is kind of where they stopped before whatever happened that got the mages involved. Harratuk, make another perception check for me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And
yeah. Does Harratuk have dark vision? I think he was the only one without it.
yeah, that's right.
Okay. So he would have had to have had something to see in the dark. So we'll just say he has a torch. Somebody has a torch. There is a torchlight, and just a little further ahead around the corner, you guys can see a soft purple glowing light. You cannot see the source as of yet, but you can see this light shining. And as you guys continue to walk down the hall, Harratuk looks to the side, and he can see this. Well, for one, it's a corpse. It appears to be a humanoid corpse, and Harratuk can recognize all of the signs of a decently trained thief, one who skulks in the night for the pretty much sole purpose of looting, stealing whatever they can take. And he is he is very clearly dead. It looks like he's been here for a while. Some of his features have sunken into his face a bit from what you can see. He is wearing a hood and a bit of a mask over his mouth. He's wearing all black garb, and there are just a few daggers sort of jutting out from beneath his clothing that you guys can see.
I say, hey guys, here's a corpse.
Yeah, it's not hidden. You guys can all see it now.
Thank you for pointing that out, Harratuk. Is there anything on the body or anything unusual?
Yeah, I bend down to look at one of the daggers.
Yeah, he looks like he's got 2 daggers that are still in salvageable condition. They're nothing fancy. Harratuk has certainly seen better daggers in his time.
I take 2 daggers.
You have, yeah, they, as you, I'm sorry if you can hear my cat, as you pull them off of his belt, his body like kind of juts a little bit before the loop comes off of its securing. And yeah, it's from give me 2 seconds. I gotta kick my cat down the stairs real quick because he's. I don't want that to be in stream. Not literally,
buddy.
Mostly not literally. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Damn cats. Pussy's always causing troubles.
Any hoodles. So from what you guys have seen thus far, with the ownership of the mine belonging to the city or to the Buro, and the current tight control that the mages have, it is certainly unusual to find well, Karl can tell you pretty much up front that this is certainly not a minor in terms of physical, not minor like underage. He has none of the proper garb, or there's nothing. He's not wearing any of the proper safety gear. Like that's black. That's not safety. That's not construction orange, and he does not have any passes or signature of his own. So whatever he wanted down here, curiosity killed the cat on this one.
Some looter.
Kyle?
Can I? Okay, no, never mind.
Okay. Yeah, but I am not hearing anybody would like to do anything else. So continuing down the hall towards the light. So you guys come upon what Karl can tell you is it would have been a chamber that they would have reached, and from what you can see beyond this soft glowing wall that stands before you, you can see past it. It looks like they reached this and almost immediately left. The doorway is it's rounded with about a 3-foot radius, and the purple wall is what prevents you from entering the other side. And on the opposite side, you can see this spherical room. It appears to be all made of stone. There is only natural stone within, and some natural materials like the iron that they typically acquire from these mines. And there is a single pedestal in the center. It appears to be sort of bird bath shaped, where there is a long sort of changing diameter orb, decorative orb stand, a wide bowl on top. There are 2 horns on either side. They are horn shaped, I should say. They are all made of the same black stone as the cavern is made of. And those 2 horn-like shapes hold up a ring. Within the ring are 2 spiraling lights that flow with the direction of the ring. From what you guys can see, one is purple, is a deep purple, with a deep purple, blue, black, stardust tail that follows it. The other is more of a lively spring green. It's the contrasting colors both accentuate and define each other as well as themselves. It's very strange to see such an anomaly, especially for those of you who are like, this has been some of your first uses of magic, and here you're sort of seeing it in its raw form. And well, I don't want to put any further emphasis on what it might be, but you guys can see it.
I want to get closer to the rings and just kind of reach my hand out to touch them or grab them.
So the purple veil is what separates you from the room. Mm-hmm. As soon as Alena sort of reaches out to touch it, the instance before, the wall itself comes down and very crudely takes the shape of some pure being of energy. It's very crudely humanoid shaped, but at least from what you guys can tell before, the purple static of its makeup changes and shifts again very quickly, and it speaks to you. So just so you guys know, I have a few sound clips so you can get an idea of what it sounds like, and you'll have a few questions that I can answer, but obviously not in its voice because it is not a live modulator. But I am going to pause the music for just a second so I can play this for the stream. So for the stream, this is what they hear, and it is posted in the group chat general one.
There is nothing for you here. Turn around.
That is the first line that you guys hear. And the circular threshold that where the wall was is where this creature stands. He does not move closer to you nor farther away, and from these intermediate jittering motions, it is very difficult to tell what he's doing. It's because you can't see hands exactly, you can't see legs, but you can see things that resemble hands or arms and legs rather, but it does not move closer or further away from you.
Lena's gonna take a step forward and just say, "We're here to help."
And I have a second clip coming up.
Ooh.
Ooh. This one is called that one. So that is going in the same chat. Oh, I left it.
We will tell you, like we told the man with one arm. This power is not meant for your kind.
Who's the man with one arm?
It does not answer that.
I walk up. Look, the only thing that's actually here that I want is my friends here. That's the only thing in like hundreds of miles that I actually care about. So, whatever's going to get me home the quickest, that's what I'm here for. So, answers is what I am here for, and I believe they are beyond you. So, I'm going to be walking forward. Stop me if you want, but I want to know why. And I just walk forward. Angene is just like, fuck you, I'm doing what I'm doing because this is pointless for you to be standing here.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, honey.
You're not level 3 yet. Don't honey me until you're level 3. You eloquent bard, you.
That is a slutty 20.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
A third clip. And if you guys can't understand any of it, which obviously it would not be out of the realm of possibility here. No. Sorry, my window opened. Let me know. I do have subtitles. Third clip for the stream.
Your soul emits a different color. The power within must not be misused. Do you accept the weight upon your shoulders to protect it from misuse?
I look back at it and I said, why would I ever misuse my power? I barely want to use it.
So, just for positional clarification, you've not entered the space yet. You can be like approaching and asking. That's fine. But Angene has not yet entered the space. And in the same. So obviously I can't. As much as I would love to naturally have that kind of voice, I cannot mimic it. But its response to Angene is. Oops, sorry. Hold on. Right monitor.
Vinny's camera just went off.
Oh, and that was Vinny. Oh, no.
Rip.
Oh, wait. Oh, he's back.
So, Vinny, Angene's question was, why would I misuse power?
Yes.
Yeah, and its response is pretty clear and concise. Those who acquire absolute power will absolutely misuse it.
But I have no desire. I just want to go home and be with my family. I care not for power. If I become powerful and great, it makes no difference to me as being as weak as an ant in the mud. To me, it's meaningless. Power makes no difference.
Then why are you here?
Because I just want to go home. And the way home is just by finding out what is going on in this cave.
If power is your home, you may not enter.
Power is nothing close to my home. It's just a simple life of just happiness and kindness.
And in the same voice as the first clip, it utters again, turn around.
I go ahead and listen to it.
Okay. Yeah, it's in the same fashion. It does not move away or towards or away from any of you.
Okay.
I'm gonna just kind of aside to Angene. I think it mentioned a one-armed man. I think we need to find this person, and that person knows something.
Angene is obstinate. He is not. He's like, okay, well, I turned around and there was nothing there. So clearly, you're just messing with me. I reach out the same arm that is tattooed, my left arm, and I reach out and touch and try to reach the physical form of the purple object.
Yeah, is Angene, and it doesn't react, but as Angene approaches, he can feel the hairs on his arm standing on end because it feels like static at this point, and the closer he gets, it's a new sensation. I would assume static has been around for all of history, so people at least would know what static is. But
right,
to this degree, it's so much more, because before the static even makes contact with his skin, he can feel this radiating heat come off of it, but it does not react.
I ask out to it and I say, what if it is not meant for people like me, then why is it here? What is its purpose here on this place?
Doesn't answer.
Would it be better if it was taken away from this place? Would it be better if it was removed and never to be used again?
Only by one who could guarantee its proper use.
What if its proper use is to not be used at all? To be merely held and never used?
It stops and slowly, like, you can see, it's much easier to see its humanoid-ish form from the side, because now, whereas in the front it's all kind of jittering motion, and there's no definition of a neckline really, or a waistline behind the arms if they're down at a rested position. But as it turns, you can see it's much easier to see where those definitions are. It appears to have a very thin body that is sort of, let's see if I can, it's sort of on a backwards angle, and its head comes more outward, and then it's I should have drawn something, but it's like, I'm like trying to figure out if I can like contort my body to match it, but its neck juts outward from its body, and then its head is very long and very thin, just like the rest of its body, and you can just see it jittering. It's continuing to jitter. It's contemplating.
And I really think we should go.
If it had no purpose, why would it exist? No purpose to be used. Why would it exist?
Oh my, there's so many things in the world that have no purpose, but exist anyways. I mean, not to get too existential, but isn't that everything? I mean, why do the gods exist? I mean, it just to exist?
Does not answer that one.
Okay.
Not really a debating kind of creature.
Well, here's what I'll say to you. The people that have this area locked down, that have this area concealed, are people who use magical power. That is their whole purpose, is to use magical power. They're mages. They're, by design, their whole organization is designed to use power. So whether or not you think that it should be used, one day there will be somebody strong enough to get what is behind you. And they will use it. To what ends is up to them. The future is uncertain. But one thing I know is that whatever power lies in here, at least an answer will allow us to better handle this in today and present than some malfactor in the future.
And you can see the power steps back, and it returns to the wall formation that it had, like in the ring separating you guys from the other room. And just very slowly, you can feel the energy in the air change as it begins to fade away. And the last remnants of color that you see fades away into the outer ring of this doorway, and from the floor they both go up towards the center into an orb which remains towards the top.
I walk forward.
Wow.
And so since I have the last clip, I might as well play it for you guys. Oh no, did I not save it? I didn't put it in the right folder, but it is here. Should anyone else try to enter, this is what you hear.
Only one may enter.
Well, I think it should be you.
I know I'm
handsomely.
I'm going to go ahead and just push through and enter.
Yes. So this time, nothing impedes you. You do not feel that same electric static in the air. As Angene gets closer, it's almost the in Super Mario 64 when if you were to try to ascend the staircase that you couldn't when you couldn't access that area yet, for a second, to the rest of the team, all of you just see Angene walking towards this pedestal where the lights continue to spin in their normal pattern. But as Angene enters this space, he can almost feel or sense or detect the massive amounts of just raw energy in this room. Being a bard, you are sensitive to the flow of magic in within the fabric of like the reality where you guys exist. It's everywhere, but here it's especially strong. And as you're approaching this, like the more you're walking, the more dynamic your view of the room becomes. It elongates itself, and the pedestal is impossibly far away. It shrinks itself, and now everything is warped extraordinarily widely. And he goes through this for what to him feels like close to an hour, 2 hours. It's hard to think about time in this mindset. But he does approach the two lights. I have a question or two for Angene. One, do you see Angene as more melee or mage oriented? There is no wrong answer. Okay.
Mage for certain.
Okay. So with this, so I have had my coin here for a reason. So with heads, or I'm sorry, I tried so hard not to make that mistake. If you make the call, you will understand the powers that you're looking at, and you can choose between them. If you do not make the call, I will flip the coin again, and the dice decide whichever side of the power that Angene acquires.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Angene is indifferent to the nature of power. He doesn't want it. He just wants to contain it to ensure that it doesn't get abused by somebody else. So I'm not going to ask for I'm not going to call.
So given that was Angene's thought process at going in, it is entering or crossing the threshold. He knows he cannot go back at this point. Whatever is here has entrusted whatever was protecting this is entrusting this power to Angene.
Okay.
Oh, that's on stream forever. I flipped it behind my head. All right. Let's try that. That was like way higher than I wanted it to be. So let's try that again. So, you guys won't know what the choices are. We'll just see what it lands. Heads the first one, tails the second one. That is tails. So as Angene approaches this, the orbs are continuing to spin. the deep purple with the cosmic tail, and the lightly spring green with a more finely sparkling tail. Like one is shining, one is sparkling. They seem to be feeding off each other. And both of them are moving in stop. And Angene sits and looks at the power. Both of them seem to shake in the air, as though being still is almost an affront to their existence. They slowly begin to collide with each other, and again, Angene can feel the pressure change in the air as this. And I will say, since at the moment Alena is the only other person here sensitive to the energy of magic, even she can feel this, like these pulsings of energy. There's a different heartbeat coming from this room that wasn't there before. And as Angene is staring at this power, the green light takes over. And it's slowly...
That's a color I would have chosen anyways.
Fair enough. And this power slowly begins to approach Angene's forehead. And it slowly absorbs into him. Angene understands a new kind of energy. What the other one is, he doesn't know. He might not know for some time. But this is the power of spirit, the resolve that lies within. As a mage, and just for behind the DM screen, yes, all of these were equally broken. The resolve that lies within this spirit spell. I'm actually on the wrong tab. So I'm making sure I picked the right one here. Yep, okay, sorry. This is called Half-Life. Using your action, select a humanoid target on the battlefield. They may use half of their available hit die to heal themselves on their turn. No con mod.
Fuck yeah.
No con mod applies. This does take away from your total hit die pool that you would use during a short rest. It does not count as a short rest. No other spells, items, abilities, feats, whatever can affect this to increase or decrease how much healing that target gets, and the target must be conscious.
Nice.
Good decisions were made.
That's a nice
No,
one.
You killed it, dude.
There were... Yeah. See, it's like, God, it's... Whenever there's a pool of rewards, it's like, and like one is chosen, it's like the greatest feeling and the worst feeling, because it's like, God, it's so cool that this is out there now, but man, they're all so cool. It's like...
Yeah.
But the dice have decided. And for the rest of you, each of you can plainly see this transaction taking place. And once the light within this spherical chamber dims and turns to blackness, the same energy that was guarding the doorway zips out of the cavern. You guys see it bounce off the walls almost instantaneously, for those of you who were even able to catch a glimpse of how fast the spirit energy form, you're not sure, whatever it was, it is out of, from your perspective, it is out of the cave within seconds. And each of you now stand in this cavern, and Angene, within this spherical chamber that you're still in, all perception of time, distance, everything is returned to normal. You definitely feel the spirit, though. And if I didn't already say it, it is a once per long rest action.
Once per long rest. Okay. That kind of tracks.
And I'm going to post it in Discord after the stream as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I turn around to the rest of the group and I'm like, well, that was strange.
You feel well?
Your skin looks a little lighter. Like you seem to be glowing a little bit more.
Ooh. Well, thank you. I've been using moisturizers more often. Like, Angana's like, okay, and off to whatever's next. Like, Angana's just like, well, that was neat.
That was cool.
Anyways.
So did we solve the mystery of what was down here?
I would imagine this is one of the big ones. I'm sure that they would like to know what we found down here. I feel like we need to tell oh god, what was his name?
Den Skimpleton.
We need to go tell Den first, because like I feel like if we report this to the mages, they're gonna be like, well, why were you down there? And I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I agree.
So we should definitely try to let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
As they say, let's pull a skedaddle.
Oh, and then let's also keep an eye on the mages too, because I'm interested to see their reaction when we leave. If they feel like something's gone on, or if they don't notice anything.
That's a good idea, because if they don't notice anything or they're not really doing anything, I mean, that could mean that we're missing something still.
That light that went out, that could tip them off to something.
Yeah, let's hurry up and get out of here.
Yeah.
Aye.
So, final roll for the night. All four of you, please make. Let's do a group stealth check.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no, I get disadvantage.
I have disadvantage.
Yep.
Quick,
right,
Vinny,
the two
inspire
clumsy-
everybody! Quick, inspire everybody! No, too late.
Yeah, 19.
Oh, not bad, though. 14 for Alena.
3. 3.
I'm gonna.
Oh!
You're
Guess that's
2
lagging
nat 20s.
with disadvantage.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh, you can check fucking D&D Beyond, baby.
Whoa.
For the purposes of stats, that only counts as one, but
That's
still.
disgusting.
That tracks.
Fuck, I kind of want to see this. How the fuck do I check dice history?
It'll be under the, like, at least from where I'm at, it'll be under campaign. And then there's like a little game log, like a little quote box. And it'll be there at the bottom.
I see one nat 20.
Yeah, it only shows one roll.
I hit the disadvantage. I have the disadvantage. So it rolled 2 on my screen. So I don't know if that's how it just populates or what.
I don't know.
Did you say just 2d20 or did it say disadvantage?
It says disadvantage on it.
Okay, then yeah, it would only yield one result.
Okay.
Because if you were rolling 2d20, it would tell you 2d20.
The total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So for the purposes of stat keeping, that's only one natural 20. But yeah, you guys can, as you begin to slink your way out of the caverns, you, which is good that you guys, as a group, far and away cleared what you needed. You do hear the Leonin individual that you guys had first interacted with, he sounds very upset as he is marching his way down these tunnels. Check over there. They have to be... Someone has been down here. We have to find them. But with a natural 20, as well as other very good rolls, they don't. You guys slink off back towards the exit where you had first entered the cave. And you guys will pop out on the outside of the mountains. Man, it'd be late as shit right now. Because I think you guys got there at like 8 or 9. So it's about the midnight hour of that night. Yeah. And we will pick up there next session, the 14th, on Friday, which I think is the 1st. And bit of exciting news, you guys will have your first guest character.
Ooh, I won't be there. Oh no.
Yep, he's
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to think. Matt, it's Rare Sense. He's joining us. John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So we will end the session there, just outside the Buro mines, and as soon as you guys are back out in the open air, more trains are coming through, and the coldness of night sets in. And we'll pick up there next week. In 2 weeks. And oh god, I have to get ready for my next group's session. They play on Tuesday because they could not play next Friday. So
Good luck.
Good luck.
I'm gonna need it because I have 2 more days of work now in the warehouse, which I hope is easy. Yeah, right. And then that Tuesday I'll be scraping up dead deer. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh.
Bless you, sir.
I feel like it's gonna either be like very like Calm Joe or like dark and like everything dies someday.
Don't forget coveralls. Don't forget long gloves.
I'm wearing
whole
long
thing.
everything. Yeah.
If you can get one of those actually full body biosuits, that'd be the best.
I'll start breaking barrels on the way and see what I get. Anyway,
Vinny, you killed it with that. I was all ready to
Well
go try
done.
and find this
Yeah.
one-armed man, but that was great persuasion.
Logicked him down.
that to me sounds like I'm gonna earn himself some inspiration.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
I'll grant you an inspiration
Sure.
for that one. Make that note
sure.
down because I will forget. So
I already have it down.
excellent. So to Viking, our dedicated supporter, thank you again for coming around and hanging out, helping us. And one of these days, I'm gonna have you on like a different microphone, like as I describe things, and I'm like, "What is that?" And then you'll have to whisper it to me because you always know the answer. These guys will be back in 2 weeks on the Friday, which I think is the 1st. I'm not sure. Group 2 will be back on Tuesday, God willing. And other than that, thanks for everybody hanging out. To my fucking wonderful players, I love you guys so much. And God, what a fucking game.
Indeed.
We'll be back next time.
Is good.
Thanks,
It's
guys.
Yeah.